everyone, my name is Fiona Stokes. My PGA number is 0160301, and today I'm going to talk through my demonstration explanation level 2, which my given shot was a bunker shot. So I'm going to talk through two types of bunker shot today, that being a greenside bunker of around a 10-yard shot that I'm looking to play, and a fairway bunker shot which I've got about 135 yards left in here. So I'm going to use different positionings within the bunker to help recreate those situations just for the purpose of the video, so that I don't have to jump between bunkers. So first of all, I wanted to start off with the greenside bunker. So to help create that situation within the bunker, I've put the ball a little bit closer to the front edge of this fairway bunker. I've also got a marker, an alignment rod set out there at about 10 yards, because that's the type of shot length that I'm looking to play, putting myself in that greenside situation. So one thing to bear in mind throughout both the shots in the bunker, both types of bunker shot we're going to play, is the rulings within the bunker. So my rulings within the bunker, I cannot touch the sand with my golf club at any point until the point of impact, to avoid penalty under competition rules, which avoids testing the sand effectively. So to help me get out of this greenside bunker situation, I'm going to need some loft on my golf club, and that's where club selection is going to help me a little bit. So my choice of club for the greenside bunker shot of 10 yards, where I'm not looking for that ball to roll out, I'm looking for it to stop quite quickly, gain a little bit of height fast, is going to be my 58-degree wedge. I've chosen my 58-degree wedge because it's my most lofted golf club, and therefore I'm going to pick up that height that I'm required to get over the front edge of the bunker, but also for its bounce. So the bounce you can find on your wedge, and that is the angle between the very bottom of the golf club, the lowest point, and the leading edge, and that helps the club to glide through the sand a little bit more, creating some slightly cleaner strikes. So to help find the bounce, I've got to open up that club face. So as I do that, I'm going to do that outside the bunker and re-grip. So you can see the club face there is pointing effectively what would be right of my target. By doing the open club face, so by opening the club face in my hands, I create a little bit more dynamic loft through the golf ball, so again helping to pop the ball up with a little bit of height, but also it helps activate the bounce, so I'm able to find the bounce on the bottom of the golf club, giving myself the best chance of a clean strike through the sand. So from there I need to be able to retain that open club face throughout the shot. So because of that, I'm going to reduce my grip pressure slightly in both my hands, just to leave that club face open as it comes through the shot. So from there, clearly if I had that club face open, I would therefore be pointing to the right of my alignment rod, so that causes me a slight problem. So from there I've got to start looking at my body alignment, and that comes from my shoulders, and my shoulders I'm going to leave towards the target, okay, whilst my feet, so my aim is going to point just to the left. Now because of this, you can see that I am able to create a slightly more natural out to in swing path, which again adds a little bit more dynamic loft into the golf ball, helping with height, slightly steeper angle of attack into the back of the ball, the back of the sand, because that's the part we're trying to strike, which again gets the ball up a little bit quicker, stops a little bit faster. So by aiming my feet to the left, leaving my shoulders to the right, you can see this swing shape of the out to in path. I'm going to place the ball just forward of centre, which again, a little bit steeper angle of attack into the back of the sand, again more dynamic loft, and with speed I'm just going to let my hands slide underneath, popping that golf ball out. Now you can see the size of the divot I made, which is roughly the length of my foot. That there would show a good size divot for the shot I wanted to play. That shows that I struck the sand just behind the ball, which we need to do to effectively sting the golf shot. You can see I still used a fairly large swing length for the size of shot. That 10-yard shot that I fell probably to about the 8-yard mark of, so that therefore my ball doesn't go too far. It managed to pick up height quickly because the club was at its lowest point underneath the golf ball, therefore more loft at the point of impact, and my swing length managed to carry on through because of the speed, therefore avoiding those shots that end up in the face or chunked or thinned into the face. So some drills to help with that one is trying to draw yourself a couple of lines, one being just behind the ball and one just in front. That way you can see, using the sand is a great tool to see at the point that you strike. So from there you can see my feet just wider than shoulder width, which helps bring my lower point a little bit lower beneath the ball. And I'm going to keep the speed striking in. And you can see that divot size I've taken out from the back line and all the way through the front, again leaving myself about a foot length of divot, and that ball there went about the 10-yard distance. So moving on now to a slightly different style of shot, that being the fairway bunker shot. Here I'm trying to play with a slightly different technique. So as I said previously, this shot I've left myself about 135 yards, and this is going all the way into the green. Some things to consider whilst selecting club is what's in front of you. So my ball here, you can see I've placed quite nicely, so I don't really have to take that into consideration. However, my distance from the leading edge of that bunker I might have to consider, but here the bunker lip is fairly low, and I've got a good bit of room, so that frees up my choice and my club selection there. So 135 yards for me, looking to carry this all the way. With it coming out of a fairway bunker, the ball stops very quickly because we're trying to take what is purely just the ball, very little sand just after the ball. So with the ball stopping fairly quickly for me, and with the time of the day, I would expect that club to be around an 8-iron. So I'm just going to grab my 8-iron. So I've chosen my 8-iron for the distance of the shot, and I have bared in mind the leading edge of that bunker. However, I believe that I can get my 8-iron quite comfortably over that edge. If that lip was to be any higher, or maybe my ball be a little bit closer, I may play a slightly safer option and use my 9-iron. Maybe not reaching the green, but would definitely put me in a better position, which ultimately is what the aim is here. So unlike the greenside bunker, which I'd set up, where I was trying to take that sand before the ball, this time I'm trying to take it after, very little. I'm trying to catch it off the top. So my grip is going to go completely back to normal with my club face square. Therefore I can point my club face to the target and leave my feet also, so my body alignment and my aim is just left, obviously allowing for the golf ball. So from here I'm trying to nip that ball off the top of the sand, so I'm going to keep my weight nicely in the middle of my feet, with no preference in weight to one side or the other. From here I'm going to be using my full swing length, trying to swing nice and neutrally, and to try and help catch the top and just catch the top of that sand. One thing I do whilst obviously hovering the golf club to avoid penalty is I do just tense my arms. Now by squeezing my arms and gripping that club a little bit tighter, so a slightly increased grip pressure, that shortens that distance between the club head and my shoulder, again helping me to nip that ball nicely off the top. So here with a full swing length, I'm going to try and nip that ball and see where we go. So in terms of what I took there, you can see from the divot in the bunker, I did catch the sand a little bit behind the ball. So on my next shot, I'm going to look to get through that ball a little bit more, taking a little bit less sand. So that one there, I have fallen a little bit short of my target. So on this next one, I need to try and take a little bit more ball before the sand. So setting up to that one again. Body alignment and aim just left, keeping my club face to the target. Squeezing my arms with an increased grip pressure. And that was a much better shot, which has landed on my target. So you can see by using the bunker and the different situations I have, there's different ways of playing within the bunker, and at different points in the bunker, depending on how that ball is sat, will influence my decision on club selection and the way that I play the hole. As I say, being closer to that front edge restricts how much club I can take. Obviously I would need more loft to overcome that edge. Being further back in the bunker, I'm able to have a little bit more choice, although to the point that I may be hindered by the edge of the bunker and my stance. For instance, if I was closer to the back, I would potentially have to use a slightly different golf club to be able to get a better shot. I may have my stance in or out of the bunker, which can hinder you.